Hello, YouTube friends. Today I'm going to read a fun children's book called Bruce's Loose Tooth. Now, this is a book from my childhood, so it is in rough shape, but it's so fun, so I wanted to share it. Here we go. Bruce's Loose Tooth. Bruce's Loose Tooth. And look, it's got a string. Isn't that fun? Okay. So I will read it and then show you. Once there was a moose whose name was Bruce. Bruce's tooth was very loose. So he asked the advice of a kindly old goose. What can I do with this wiggly tooth? It's a terrible bother, and that is the truth. There is Bruce with his loose tooth. The goose said to Bruce, I can see no excuse for a tooth that is loose in the mouth of a moose. If you'll find me a string or any such thing, then I'll make a noose. Pull the tooth that is loose, and it will fly out like a bird on the wing or a kite in the spring. So there is the kindly goose who is rigging up the string. The rope. Bruce said to the goose, well, to tell you the truth, I'm fond of this tooth that I've had since my youth. The goose said to Bruce, let me help you unloose that tough tooth, Mr. Moose, that has caused such abuse. So the moose found a spruce, and he made up a noose. Then he tied up the moose with a noose to the spruce. Bruce said to the goose, I'm afraid I don't see why a moose such as me should be tied to a tree. There they are. The moose is tied to the tree through his tooth. Silly moose, said the goose. If you'll just bend the spruce and let it fly free, you most surely will be rid of the tooth that is loose. With a smile of great glee, Bruce then bent the tree almost down to his knee and let it fly free. Hip hooray, cried the goose, hip hooray for the spruce. Oh, be still, called out Bruce. It is not clear to you that this terrible tree is just broken in two, and the tooth is still loose in the mouth of the moose. So look at that. They broke the tree, and his tooth is still in his mouth. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oops. Oh gosh. Then, oh, okay. The pages. Then they gave the tooth knocks and hard socks with some rocks. Finally, using some very large blocks. Oh my gosh, they're throwing rocks at his tooth. Till Bruce seemed to rock from the knocks and the socks, but the tooth stayed in place like the fur on a fox. I forgot about that. They're throwing rocks at his tooth. Oh my gosh. Children's stories are so fun. Okay. Whoop. Now I'm getting... Oh no. Oops. Wait. Okay. I can't. There. The string is getting too tight. I can't open the... Okay. Whoops. Here we go. Wandering down near an old railroad track, the goose said, alas. Bruce said, alack. I shall have to give up every sweet, dainty snack, such as poppy seed pie or mud served on rye, and those most tempting slivers of dandelion livers. What? Goodbye, lily pad stew, and that marvelous brew made of water and sand and a discarded shoe. Oh, it's sad, but it's true. Oh my, this goose and moose sure eat some interesting things. Don't despair, silly goose, said the kindly... Don't despair, silly moose, said the kindly old goose, for I see a thing here that will surely produce the loss of a tooth in the mouth of a moose. Here? Where? Cried out Bruce. That caboose, spoke the goose. Hi, Mr. Caboose, called the scampering moose. Replied the caboose, I am not in use. I'm ignored. I'm forgotten. I'm just a recluse, no good at removing the tooth from a moose. Aw, they found a caboose. They found the end of a train. A recluse, moaned Bruce. Not in use, wailed the goose. The caboose said, You see, I am not really free. I can't budge on this rail till a train comes for me. And I've been here 2 years now, going on 3. So for 39 days and 39 nights, the 3 of them sat till a train came in sight. It's a long time to sit. Oh my gosh. So they're sitting, waiting for a train. First they heard the whistle. Then a clickety, clickety, click, clickety, clack, and the train stopped beside them, right there on the track. The engine said to them, I need a caboose. Here's one, cried Bruce. That isn't in use. The caboose sat up straight, and he lit up each light. Bruce called to the goose, See his lights getting bright? Now comes the end of his terrible plight. Aw, the caboose is getting happy. A train has come for him. Squeak, said the caboose. He said squeak, shouted Bruce. He's moving, at last he's in use. Chug, said the caboose. He said chug, cried out Bruce. Hurry up, said the goose, we must tie up the noose. Squeak, chug, squeak, called the creaky caboose, as the goose and the moose quickly tied up the noose. Oh, they're tying up the tooth to the caboose. Off went the caboose, then the noose, and then Bruce. And there on the track lay the tooth that was loose. Look at that, they got out the tooth. How fun. And now the caboose is no longer a recluse. He is constantly busy and always in use. And happily riding inside him is Bruce, who is finally rid of that tooth that was loose. And where, you may ask, is their old friend the goose? He's the chief engineer on the line of the moose. There they go, all of them together with a new purpose. The end. Wasn't that fun? Oh my goodness, I had a lot of fun when I wasn't getting tongue-tied. So there we go. It was a Hallmark Children's Edition. This cute little book. Bruce's Loose Tooth. And just so you know, my father's name is Bruce, which might be why my sister and I were given this book when we were kids. Anyways, it's super cute. There we go. Enjoy. Merry Christmas.